The next chart we're going to talk about is the strategy play chart, and this has been changed a bit from the last edition of the game. Last edition we had only a sack bunt and a hit and run, but we've added the squeeze play. Squeeze play is pretty self-explanatory. All the results are there. When we have a result on the squeeze play with a slash, that's going to be determined by the base runner's speed. So let's talk about what needs to happen in order to have a squeeze play. First, there needs to be a runner on third, and that runner on third needs to have either A or B speed. If they don't, the squeeze play cannot be pulled off. With the results with the slash, if you land on a 6 or a 7 when attempting a squeeze play, the result before the slash is for an A-rated runner, and the result after the slash is a B-rated runner. So say we had a B-rated runner on third, and we rolled this and we landed on the 6, it would be a ground ball to the first baseman. Lead runner, the runner at third, would be thrown out. If he was an A-rated runner, he would be safe. The runner at first would be thrown out, and the runner would get, or the batter would get a sacrifice. Okay, sack bunt. We'll talk about that real quick. Though it is the same as the previous game, you're going to roll both the red and blue die for the sack bunt. The red die is going to determine what row you look at. And say, for example, you land on a 9, that's a sack bunt to the to the catcher, and the batter's thrown out and the runners advance. If you land on defense, which is 2 through 6, on the sack bunt with the red die, you're going to look at the blue die for the defense of that person that the bunt was bunted to, whether the pitcher, catcher, or first baseman. You go back to the defensive play chart, and that tells you your result. Finally, we've got the hit and run here. We've revamped the hit and run to make it a little bit less confusing from the last version. You'll notice hit and run is just one column. So here's how it works. For the hit and run, there needs to be a runner on first, less than 2 outs, and an A or B batter up to the plate. You're going to roll both the red die and the blue die. The red die is going to determine what row we land on. So if I roll, let's go ahead and just roll the dice. So we landed on a 2, which is not a very good result. It's a strikeout by the batter, but you can see that there's 2 results divided by slashes. And what that is, what's going to determine which one of those we use is the speed of the runner. So say, for example, we had an A-rated runner at first. We would look at the base running chart and determine if that A-rated runner would be safe or out on that play. So an A-rated runner with a 4 would be safe. When it's safe, essentially what we're saying is the base runner got a good jump, and he's not going to hit into a double play. It's going to be a strikeout, and the base runner steals second. Okay, let's go ahead and roll the red and blue dice again and see what we do. Okay, so in this case, we landed on an 8, which is either a single where runners advance 2 bases, or a single where runners advance 1 base. In this case, it would be the runner at first. So say we had a C-rated runner, and the blue die says 3, so a C-rated runner on 3 is out. So in that case, the runner got a poor jump, and we're going to look at the result after the slash, which is right here, and that's going to be the single runner advances 1 base. So a little bit clearer on this, essentially, just to reiterate, the result before the slash is if the runner is safe and has a good jump, and the result after the slash is if the runner is out, or in essence, has a poor jump off first base. So that's everything on the strategy play chart.